Mic check, mic check, mic check. What's the word? Motivated Monday. What it do? We waiting for everybody to get up in this joint, man. I decided to go live a little bit earlier today. You know what I mean? I wanted to go live a little bit earlier today. That way I can go to the gym a little bit earlier today. Cause this is Motivated Monday. Wanted to get that Monday really, really started and kicked off. Big, right? Big Monday. Cubic crypto just hit 15 million TPS verified by Certic. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. God bless. And God bless you. God bless. Matt Bean, what's the word, man? What you laughing at? The title? Billy, can you share your 2 to 3 most undervalued subnets? Subnets are a little bit different than like meme coin or altcoin shopping. It's really, really hard to kind of like, and we got a jam-packed show for you today, guys. So make sure that you like and subscribe. But as far as subnets go, it's really, really hard to find the really low cap subnets, right? I explained a little bit of a strategy in the J5 Council maybe yesterday when I was explaining to them that I'm taking a whiff at some of these newer subnets that are really, really, really low market caps, but they are very, very, very high risk. I also would say this: anything that you see when you see a subnet that says not active, do not buy that until it is active, because you can lose your money if you buy some of these not non-active subnets, right? Wait until they go active. You do not want to lose your money. I'm mad because Brain been literally going crazy, but I don't want to buy it unless it's active, right? Because you know, now you could buy it early and nothing happens, right? There's also been people who said they bought these subnets early that's not active, and then they just dump and they lose all their money, right? And so just be very, very, very careful with some of the subnets that's not active. But if I had to pick some subnets, right, I can just tell you the ones that I personally hold. I hold Gradients. I've made hit articles and all type of things on why Gradients is very, very bullish. Is to be short, it's like the competitor for AWS hosting. So you can literally, it's cheaper than AWS, it's better than AWS, it's faster than AWS, has the best performance out of all hosting services, and is literally built on tile in-house. So I really like Gradients. If you're into like decentralized science type of stuff, I'm a big fan of Nova. Right, they're doing some things with decentralized science, and then of course you can't go wrong with Data. Right, Data Universe is powering a lot of these subnets, right, through data scraping. Right, and we know that AI can't survive without data. So that's just, three of the, within the top 15 that I personally hold. I also got a few smaller low cap, but they're a little bit more risky, and I just don't feel comfortable sharing those. But guys, you never know what might pop off. I mean, just 2 weeks ago, Tau Hash was a dead subnet, and then somebody came in and rebought it, and now it's up like 150x or something crazy, man. This thing is sitting at a $29 million market cap, and basically what the project is you get incentive every time. It has something to do with like Bitcoin hash price and mine. Well, every time a Bitcoin gets mined, a portion of that goes into a buyback for this subnet. So this is probably like the most craziest subnet I've seen in a while. It's Tau Hash. This thing went from like literally 100,000, like it wasn't even that. It was like what, $15,000 market cap, something crazy, $20,000 market cap, all the way up to 29 million within. I mean, on the month, this subnet is up 150x. That's absolutely insane, right? You got a subnet literally that just did 150x in like 2 weeks. I don't even got to say anything else. This subnet here, you talk about like going to Solana or going these other ecosystems and playing around with these meme coins. This is a subnet that just did a 150x in literally 2 weeks, and people are just holding and chilling. It's like not people were like rushing to take profits. They're just holding and chilling. So Tau hashes, I would wait till that shit cool off. Like, but it was a great idea, right? Every time Bitcoin is mined, a percentage of that goes into buybacks and whatever they got going on with Tau hash. I don't know too much into. I just somebody shared what it actually is, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. Right? It has something to do with like Bitcoin mining, hash rates, and things of that sort. Guys, go do your research. But Huge opening, but most importantly, huge close last week, guys. I don't think you guys know how important last week close is. Seeing that we got the global M2 chart here literally exploding. Now, I don't want to get too wrapped up into an altcoin season by definition, because altcoin season by definition is Ethereum hitting all-time highs and Bitcoin dominance capitulating by 50%. Who gives a fuck about that? Guess what? Millie doesn't give a fuck about that, okay? Because at the end of the day, there's cryptocurrencies right now popping the fuck off. And if you're waiting for ETH, you're gonna miss out on some really, 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 really good opportunities in cryptocurrencies. They're literally happening each and every day, guys. So, like, double down on your research. You should have, especially if you got a consistent income. Like, if your situation is stable, you should have within the last month or so been able to accumulate stable coins and preparing for either or scenario, whether we go up or down. Those stable coins can be injected into the market based off confirmation. Well, you're asking, well, Millie, what do you mean by confirmation? Well, I just mentioned this in a couple live streams a couple days ago, right? I do apologize. I haven't been going live for like the last couple of days, guys. I've been like really, really, really in the trenches, and just a whole bunch of stuff going on, real life type stuff, right? Real life stuff going on. But here we got the Bitcoin we got the Bitcoin price here. And this is important, guys. This is extremely important because we got the Bitcoin price coming in hot on looking to start off this week to give us that confirmation candle, right? We got the first candle above the trend line. Now this second candle would be the confirmation candle, and which makes this candle so even more bullish is the fact that it's starting above the 21-day EMA. And anytime you get Bitcoin above the 50-day to 21-day EMA and the 200-day EMA, technically that's historically bullish. We did get our buy signal right here, and now we're getting that confirmation kit. So I'm really, really bullish right now on Euphoric. If Bitcoin can hold this, we don't know what's going to happen this week, and we're also staring at an inverted head and shoulders on the on the weekly time frame as well. But if Bitcoin itself, we just talk about Bitcoin for now. If Bitcoin can comfortably put in a confirmation candle here above the 21 EMA, meaning holding this moving average. This is important. 92,000 right now as of the time of this video, holding this moving average. That is fucking bullish, right? And it's going to lead us into, I think, what Mark said a few days ago, right? Where we see the next leg up happening a little bit faster than what people want it to happen. And if we do get the next leg up now, then that would kind of flip the time frame to where Q4 would be kind of bearish, right? So if we run up now going into May, June, July, it would set us up for a Q4 to be where the sell-off or the correction happens going into tax harvesting and whatever happens in Q4, right? So weird market, right? Literally not a lot of liquidity, new liquidity, but the crypto resolve is there. And even in the midst of lack of interest, if you go to the Google trends and you look at some of the interest in crypto, the lack of interest, it really is bamboozling, right? It is really mind bending that we are able to have this type of resilience and resolve. And I said this in the Patreon a little bit earlier when I made the Patreon video. We're gonna wake up one day. All those bearish people gonna wake up one day. They're gonna be driving to work, sipping their fucking coffee, and on a radio station, your local radio host is gonna say, "Hey, we're loading up our Solana wallets and we're doing a giveaway." Right? Wait till they start like openly broadcasting crypto on some of these news outlets, some of your radio stations. Right? We're not even to the area of adoption where you're starting to see NBA, NFL have their own personal chains, and every NFL or NBA team has its own token, or every NBA player, NFL player becomes tokenized, or the jerseys become tokenized. Like, we're not even there yet. We're not even there where to like, robotic AGI is here, where like robots is doing like everyday daily tasks, not just from a digital perspective, but also from a physical perspective. Guys, we are not there yet. So the fact that crypto has been able to have this type of resolve and resilience in everything that we've been through, when we still have catalysts ahead of us for life, right? We still have a whole new wave of generation of liquidity coming in, where these boomers will hand over a lot of that liquidity to some of the next generation, right? And a lot of that next generation liquidity will roll into digital assets, will be part of tokenization. Larry Fink literally said it himself. Everything will be tokenized. So, yeah, we were bearish last week, or I mean last month or whatever, right? But now it's time to start turning a new leaf because things are oversold. Liquidity is coming in, and we're one step closer to maybe Fed cutting, or maybe silent QE, or maybe just the end of QT. So again, I mean, it's hard to be bearish right now when you see everything that's happening. Look how the resolve of cryptocurrency. Now, that's just one perspective, right? I can just go into another perspective here and start to point out some of the things that's happening with the stock market. Look at the huge rebound, right? Stock market not yet above some of these key moving averages, but I wouldn't be surprised soon as we start to see the stock market rebounding as well. We starting to see some of those tech stocks rebounding. Remember, Tesla 2 weeks ago was a beautiful buy, right? So this is why it's not, you don't want to have that just pipeline focus on just crypto. Like 2 weeks ago, we had an opportunity to buy everything for the low. We had an opportunity to get into stocks from the traditional market. Tesla literally was screaming at us, oversold, oversold. I was telling you guys, Tesla's looking good. Tesla's looking good. Tesla's looking good. It's holding up, right? Even in the midst of this uncertainty. And now we got stocks starting to put in that performance. That's only going to help crypto, guys. That's only going to help crypto. From a macro perspective, you got that buy signal here on the total three, as the total three looks to put in a confirmation candle above the trend line. This is why when people say, hey, you don't have to try to time the bottom, you can simply wait on confirmation. We're getting buy signals on longer time frames. We're getting golden crosses on longer time frames, right? And in the midst of that happening, I think we do have the DXY also still under 100 here, still under 100, right? And showing lack of strength, even though it's severely oversold right now. So this is all bullish for the environment of crypto. And at some point, right, the liquidity will start to come back into crypto. Maybe it already is from a global perspective because they already have countries out there doing QE, injecting liquidity into the economy. Maybe it's not happening yet in the States, but it's already started to happen from a global perspective. So now is not the time really to be too bearish. I mean, like, you can have that uncertainty and have that like caution because of the market and the macro wins. But like, if you haven't been seeing for the last 2 weeks, crypto has literally, held its own, right? It's literally like, people were closing the door and the crypto market put his foot in the door and said, I'm still here and I ain't going nowhere. So at some point you could be so bearish to where you start to miss out on opportunities. That's exactly what happened in the totality of this market. So many people banked on Ethereum, got so bearish on Ethereum, and they said, oh, altcoin season isn't happening, when altcoins literally have been popping off right around them, right around them, right? But again, your perspective is your reality. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, things are still severely oversold on weekly time frames with some of our favorite altcoins. So if your altcoin hasn't pumped yet, you still have an opportunity to see some nice moves, right? If your altcoin decides to start performing in an environment where altcoins are starting to have a bit of relief. And we talked about this 2 weeks ago. We talked about bottoming formation signals to watch for. This is another reason why my resolve has begun to strengthen. The longer we go sideways, the longer we kind of like build out that floor, the more bullish that I get, right? We'll still have to see unemployment numbers, but inflation is falling. We've had the tariff de-escalation news, right? We didn't get the emergency cut, but it doesn't matter at this point because the economy is showing strength, right? We've seen a little hint of dovish signals here and there where Powell has come out and said, hey, we're prepared to stimulate if needed, right? We've also seen all of the equity signals. The SPX held up, the XHB held out, stochastic bullish crossovers all across the board. I literally lined it up for you guys. We didn't check the VIX, but I would assume that the VIX also here is starting to cool off a bit, right? Yes, and you can see here, like I said, man, I told you guys, hey, I don't see the VIX really getting past 50. It topped out here at about 60, and now it's cooling off a bit. It's cooling off a bit, right? One can argue that it is an uptrend, right, on the weekly time frame. So if it does put in a higher low here, that does spark some bit of concern because that shows you that, hey, we may be a little bit too euphoric, and you motherfuckers ain't out the win yet. Because if I start peeling back to the upside, crypto and stock markets will go down if this VIX starts to go up. But the fact that it kind of cooled off, looked like it topped out, and now it's kind of putting in and this is crazy because this was just 3 weeks ago where we was just massively bearish and this thing was going up out of here. But in the midst of those 3 weeks, Trump kind of like backed against his word with the tariffs. He kind of cooled off on Jay Powell. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff has caused the VIX to go down a little bit, and now you're seeing relief in the market. So again, pointing out to some of the bottom formation signals and why you would say, "Oh, Millie, are you flip flopping?" Whatever. I don't give a fuck what you think, but I've been put this out here: bottom formation signals to watch, and we're holding up almost all of these, right? And ETH now, you know what I mean? Is it over 1,800? Yeah, it's right there at what we, right there at what we assumed, right? ETH literally holding 1,500, and you buying upon confirmation if it confirmly builds out support in a floor at 1,800. So it is what it is at this point, right? Let's get into some of these comments here and see how y'all guys are shaking. We got 41 people in here. Appreciate everybody that's in here, man. Let's get into some of these comments here. Hopefully I did answer your question, artificial intelligence. What's up, Carlton? Cinco, what up, baby? Carlos in the house. Reading books. All I need is Millie and the crypto bros. Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it, man. We lit this week. This is an important week because if this week closes the way it opens, that would be the confirmation candle that we need to start seeing the next leg up for the risk on assets, right? The global liquidity is literally acting as a magnet and it's pulling risk on assets with it. So you can't deny it. It's really hard to like stay bearish, but sometimes you got to realize the opportunity that bearish environments reward. So just keeping a clear head, man. What's up, Wise? Jasmy XRP Maria season. Yeah, man. We got breaking Jasmy news. So if you don't know, speaking of Jasmy, we just got breaking news. Jasmy just dropped their detailed white paper in, I mean, not white paper, but 2025 roadmap. So these are some of the things that they're working on. They got a Jasmy developer program here, encourages developers, companies, and municipalities to participate in Jasmy's ecosystem. Some of the features are the PDL authentication, on-chain log storage, token points and community currency, marketplace, mobile SDK, so you can build, you can integrate APIs, secure and scalable web application environment on the Jasmy app. So Jasmy is creating a mobile application for the ability to be able to secure your data and even potentially monetize it, right? So the Jasmy app is on the way. They're building the Jasmy token around it, so it will have a token economy, and they even just dropped the whole 2025 timeline and execution plan. So many people were wondering and actually asking about the roadmap, what's on the table for 2025. Well, guys, now you know, and you can make your decisions based on if this team plans on executing. And you want to make it very fair. This is the Junction operation, but a lot of the team on this project is former Sony members. So just keep that in mind, right? They've already been successful in Web 2, and now this is their opportunity to make a name and stake in the Web3 environment, and I'm here for it, right? And we ain't going nowhere, right? We in crypto, we ain't going nowhere. So that is the breaking news for Jasmy. Jasmy just dropped its detailed 2025 roadmap. All right. Supra, I don't really have an opinion on Supra. It's not something that I've done research on, so I don't want to lead anybody the wrong way, or say anything bad about the project because I don't know enough information on it. Bearish moon phase. I don't. I mean, I was developing an application for moon phases, and there's a valid argument for moon phases. So I'm not gonna like say that's wrong or anything like that. Who knows? But again, guys, like you guys been so bearish for like 2 3 weeks. Like at some point, you gotta realize the opportunities here. And well, I mean, you don't have to realize it, but I know it's here, right? So many people were getting these wrapped into these bearish mindsets that they don't realize that crypto awards people daily, right? I just, what kind of 25x like the other day, trading. Do you feel me? Like you got to go through some things to get to things, right? You got to go through it to get to it. And yeah, we acknowledge when the environment is bearish, but we also properly prepare for when things do turn around. So I can't subscribe to the bearish mentality at this point. Maybe when we get back overbought and we start to see those stock RSIs in the overbought area, will keep you guys posted on my mentality and how I plan on or how I view crypto at that specific time. But just right now, I just can't get with the bearish, anything bearish right now. Too much confirmation coming across the board, unless we get some type of black swan event in the context of Trump saying something about tariffs or tension in the Middle East. Who knows, right? Anything can turn the market around in hours, right? So I don't want to get up here and say, well, this is the beginning of altcoin season or this is altcoin season. I just want to be transparent that I am optimistic of where we go on from here because I'm starting to see confirmation across the board. Chill Guy, Blub, Speedy, which would you prefer out of these? If I had to pick out of those, I probably would pick none. To be fair, right? Maybe I don't know. Speedy, what Speedy, the number one meme coin on Sonic. I don't know. I'm not really into, I've kind of consolidated my portfolio and my go-to ecosystem right now is Tau. So if you ask me, if I definitely wouldn't buy Chill Guy, even though I think there's opportunity there because they got so fucking crushed. This last 3 months, it got crushed. And I don't know what's really going on with the IP situation there with Chill Guy. So that's the one that has a little bit too much risk for me. And I don't really know if it will ever get back to what it was. Blub is pretty good, but I think Lofi is a little better on Sui. It has more engagement from a KOL perspective, more people pushing Lofi opposed to Blub. But there's so much opportunity on Sui that there'll probably be 5 or 6 meme coins that do well. And I just need to see more from the Sonic ecosystem. I see influencers talking about it, but I don't see the volume following the influencers like I see from something like Sui. You actually see volume within the ecosystem. Would like to see a little bit more volume in Sonic's ecosystem before I start like being bullish on any meme coins within Sonic. I mean, last month it was over. Now it's not. Is the Jasmy guy feeling bullish? I'm definitely feeling bullish, Dino. I'm loading up on Cardano before it goes to over $1. Not bad, man. I don't see anything wrong with Cardano. It's been deemed as a crypto project as part of the crypto reserve. It has the blessings of the President Trump himself. And, one thing you can't deny about Charles Hawkins is his work ethic and his ability to keep going, even in despite of the fear, uncertainty, of doubt. Even Vitalik, you can say the same about Vitalik. Those guys they're workhorses, man. They just keep going and they don't let none of the outside noise affect their core thesis. How you gonna scare your damn self out of the market? I don't know, man. I have no clue at this point. And to be fair, like being bearish is cool for a while, like for a short term, like, oh God, things is bearish. Maybe stock market is crashing. Oh my God, a lot of uncertainty, and then things get oversold. The selling pressure starts to die down. Some of the bottom formation signals start to go off. So at some point, you have to flip that Warren Buffett type of mindset switch to be like, okay, this is not a bearish, this is a bearish opportunity. This is a bearish opportunity. And regardless if things are bullish or bearish, the one thing I've learned in the last 2 months, and really I knew it, but now I'm starting to do it myself, is that you can make money in this market, whether the prices are going up and down. You can long or short the market. In the last 3 weeks, it's the first time that I've been like shorting the market, you know, putting in longs, but also putting in shorts just in case things do go down. GIB subnet call, bruh. Oh, what? Can you speak English? What the fuck? Hit the like button, man. Can you speak English, bro? We up in here. Came a little late. It's all good as long as you here enjoying ZBCN. Glad to see people making money in ZBCN. I ain't going to put my coins on Solana cryptos and Tau subnets. Yeah, man. I've been screaming to you guys Tau subnets for a while now, man. It's crazy to see so many people missing out on a grand opportunity. Expect like if you sat there and fucking watched virtuals and you didn't make no money with virtuals. You just sat there and seen all these people making money with virtuals, right? Now you got a second chance with Tau and D-Tau and the Tau subnets. You like, Millie, I missed out on virtuals. I missed out on the Solana AI agent hype. But now you got like real AI companies coming in. Like it costs 50,000 to 100,000 to even launch a subnet. It don't cost $2 like Pump Fund, right? You can already start to see the fear and greed index is starting to creep up. Remember we was in fear? So like y'all staying bearish. And meanwhile, people making money right around you. So just March 10th, the fear and greed index was 15. How the fuck are this is how y'all miss out on opportunities. Y'all stay bearish until the fear and greed index turn greed, and then y'all want to turn around and be bullish. Oh, we in extreme greed, Millie, everything green. It's time to be bullish. Altcoin season. Motherfucker, you have so much opportunity right now when things turn bearish, when everybody was making doom and gloom content for you to play the conservative, the contrarian route. Like, okay, I'm about to do the opposite, right? What have we learned in the last 2 years? Do the opposite of the masses when it comes to cryptocurrency. Okay, yeah, bearish for 2 weeks, but once you start to see some of that confirmation and those bear formation, the bottom formation signals starting to play out, you gotta flip that switch at some point. You gotta flip that switch at some point. You know what I mean? You can't just stay bearish unless you just shorten the market and you just gotta be bearish because you got a lot of money in shorts. But at some point, guys, you gotta realize the opportunity that a bearish environment awards us. Some point. All right. So I've also made a created an article here for you guys of the top 10 most mentioned cryptocurrency. So for the week, and let me know if you guys want me to start doing this more often. What I'll do is this is analysis of trending cryptocurrencies from X posts and web sources, focus on DeFi related projects, April 14th. So this is every cryptocurrency, right? I'm going to start tinkering a few things with my methods to point out the most mentioned low cap cryptocurrency so we can get into things a little bit early. But for the most part, I want to bring this segment. This is from April 14th to 28th and just scraping the market from mind share and social engagement. We got Bitcoin at number one, of course, ETH at number two, right? People are saying what they want to say with ETH, but it's still one of the top three most mentioned cryptos. Then we got Solana coming in at 3. Solana's high throughput blockchain supports DeFi projects like Serum and Orcam, and 46% of that revenue is, was on Solana as of March 2025. Mentions spike due to on-chain activity and, of course, meme coin frenzy. Regularly in the top 5 mentions with millions of active addresses and driving buzz. Something I cannot and will not fade is the Solana's ecosystem, right? Now to be fair, some of these mentionings doesn't mean it was all good bullish mentioning. And ETH probably got a lot of mention because people were like, ETH, wake the fuck up, right? Then you got Sui, which is again the emerging beta play to Solana, right? So people who feel like they miss Solana would probably migrate to something like Sui. I would argue BitTensor, which is coming in 5. But I don't want to skip Sui. Sui is a layer 1 blockchain, gains traction for its scalability and developer-friendly design, appealing to DeFi builders. Its focus on user engagement and intuitive interfaces and has sparked community interest. So great to see that they are focusing on retail. Listed among weekly top 10 trending coins with strong mentions tied to its network activity. So a lot of development there on Sui. Coming at 5 hot, one of my favorite tokens and one of my biggest holdings, BitTensor. I'm actually embedded into the Tao's ecosystem. Big fan of the Tao. Consistently in daily week 10 top 10 lists. Everybody is deeming this the number one AI play in crypto. It's not Near Protocol. It's not ICP. It's not AGIX or Fetch Coin. It's BitTensor and what's happening in the BitTensor ecosystem, guys. Go do your research. I cannot drive this home to you a lot. This is why meme coins will never ever go away. Dogecoin coming in hot at 6. Dogecoin meme coin status drives social media hype. Elon will continue to be the number one KOL in the world outside of President Trump, and as long as he's soft shields Doge will always be relevant. And the fact that Doge is relevant means meme coins will always be relevant. Coming in at 7 is Chainlink. What can I say? Chainlink has the greatest utility in crypto. Not even going to go too much in this. I was surprised to see Toncoin, but then again, everybody uses Telegram. Not surprised when I think about that aspect. Ondo, the number one RWA play right now in crypto based on social engagement, real asset, RWA tokenization strategy, bridge traditional finance, BlackRock literally leading the helm. What more can you ask for Ondo? And coming in hot at 10, last but not least, Casper. People say what they want to say about Casper, but as far as mine share last week, Casper is a top 10 coin. Another one of those coins that has utility, use case, has the team, former Ethereum developers, but also has that community like a meme coin. You love to have those utility tokens in your portfolio that have delusional fucking meme coin communities. Those ones go the hardest, guys. So what I'll be doing is I'll try to continue to come with more information. Maybe trickle that down to low caps or RWAs or whatever. I think I did make an RWA one for you guys, but it's not finished yet. Yeah, it's not finished yet. So I don't want to pull it up unless it's finished. Maybe it gets finished by the time I finish this live stream and we pull it up. Another thing is we've been having a lot of background noise where a lot of people are not focusing on, which is the rise of crypto and how digital assets are challenging traditional banks. So I don't know if you guys follow my post here on crypto, or excuse me, on X. Follow me, Altcoin Millie. But you can see here cryptocurrency market caps are already starting to surpass market caps of banks in traditional finance, guys. So we soon banks will help crypto holders, right, with self custody. And if they hold one Bitcoin, your bank has to hold one Bitcoin as a one-in-one reserve, similar to what we've seen from centralized exchanges. The financial world is undergoing a profound transformation. Digital assets led by Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are emerging as a significant force challenging the traditional banking system. As of April, the total cryptocurrency market capitalization stands at about 3 trillion, rivaling the combined market cap of the world's largest financial institution. So adoption is happening, guys. The shift represents more than just impressive numbers. It signals a fundamental rethinking of how value is stored, transferred, and managed in the global economy. With the regulatory barriers easing, right? We're now hearing banks having the green light, right? So green light to actually help with self-custody with crypto. In my opinion, this is my bullish thesis on the evolving financial landscape, right? So you can see this is Bitcoin's market cap compared to, some of the biggest banks in the world, right? In fact, top 6 banks combined only coming in at a $2 trillion market cap. Bitcoin itself is sitting at 1.868 trillion, guys. So it's about to literally surpass the top 6 banks combined. So unless some type of AI in the age of Ultron happens and quantum computing hacks Bitcoin and Satoshi, we are here to stay. We ain't going no fucking where, right? And you're starting to see Bitcoin dominance rise even against traditional banking, right? So again, I created this whole article on this. I don't know if you guys want me to go over the entire thing, but this is some of my research that I do when I'm off camera, and just really, really trying to figure out the acceleration of the adoption from not just a retail perspective, but also an institution perspective, so we can garnering gauge how increasingly popular crypto is becoming main in a mainstream perspective. So I'm really working to help you guys understand when it's cool to be bearish and bullish, but long term, whether you're bearish or bullish, short term, long term, it looks like we are set up to just really do well within the next 10 years, the next decade. Just speaking on digital assets itself, right? There's going to be some rocky times across the world. It's not going to be just like 10 years of straight up, right? We're going to have probably recessions, black swans. Who fucking knows what's going to happen in the next 10 years, right? A big ass asteroid might come and hit the earth. I don't know. But at the end of the day, adoption is happening. It may be happening slowly and not as fast as you want it to happen, but it's happening, guys. Digital assets, just things from a digital perspective are getting adopted. So just keep that in mind when you want to be bearish. Just understand where we are as far as the totality of the cryptocurrency space. Let me see. We'll get into some of these comments here. Um, so yeah, did just finish here. Okay, and as you can see, I just finished my crypto mind share report. Analysis of AI and RWA cryptocurrencies with the most social media mentions and community engagement based on April 21 to 27. So this was last week, guys. AI coins with the most mind share. So like I said, this is what I'm doing when I'm off stream. I'm coming with extensive research, right? I want to know which tokens are talked about the most, why they're talking about the most, and if they're being talked about in a positive connotation or a negative connotation, right? So as far as like AI and meme coins, they put fart coin and AI coin. We got fart coin, we got virtual protocols. Like all of these tokens have corrected. Just keep them in mind. AIXBT. I don't know too much about Mirror and KAIA, so I don't want to go too much into that. And then here with RWA, the one that really has caught my attention as far as research, here is Polytrade. I like the partnerships with Polytrade. I think they directly partner with MasterCard and some of the things they're doing with Polytrade. Of course, not surprised here. Number one is Ondo. Number two is Trade. Number three is Clearpool. Number four, coming in hot here, a sleeper from maybe 2 years ago when we were really bullish on LCX and Quant and what was happening over here with Galileo Protocol. Galileo Protocol, ticker Leo X, coming in at 4 as far as mind share, right? This project is literally sitting under a $1 million market cap, not counting FDV. So if we just swing over here to Leo X, guys, you can see this thing is sitting at an $800,000 market cap, and it's right now it's picking up massive mind share. Now I don't know if that mind share is bullish mind share or bearish mind share, but it's getting a lot of engagement as of late. And I remember everybody was saying this was going to be a hit fucking record like 2 years ago because of the partnerships and the integrations and the teams behind it. But it's really cooled off a bit. So maybe it's time to revisit something like that if you're into RWA. And last but not least would be Prop Chain, Prop C, right? I also shared a few more tokens that I've been doing research on in the Patreon. So if you are interested in exclusive content, be sure to check out the Patreon, the J5 Council, and some of the private groups that we do have. But that's my crypto mindshare report as far as AI and RWA. I'll probably do a research, I'll probably do a research video in the Patreon explaining you how do I do this. But yeah, guys, this just some light research from the surface. I'm not gonna go all into everything, but these visuals that I create really helps me out with finding things before everybody else, right? Early's movers advantage. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's get into that. Besides that, not much news in crypto, right? I think we need to see what happens from a macro perspective. I see they dropped another bonk, baby bonk. They dropped another bonk, man. They dropped another bonk. I'm also paying attention to like beta plays. So I really like to find low cap beta plays to stuff that's trending. So right now, a huge narrative right now is like house coin. like one house equals one coin. But now you got beta plays coming out like rent coin, mortgage coin, land coin. Me specifically, if I had to pick a beta play to house coin, I like bank coin, right? I like what they're doing with the whole bank narrative here. So I've been really loading up on some small caps, low caps. Getting these are this is where things get a little bit risky here. This is the bank coin. What's it called? Again, guys, don't go buy this because I just go do your research and find things within it. I'm if you listen to what the fuck I'm saying beta plays to what's the meta. Meta, if the meta is house coin, there's gonna be a goddamn apartment coin that comes out, right? If you got Michael Jordan, you're gonna have a Kobe fucking Bryant, okay? I'm not saying this is the best beta play to house coin, but I'm giving you an example. There's beta plays to fart coin, right? You got fart coin, then you got butt coin, right? You got Bitcoin, then you got Litecoin. You get what I'm saying? So basically what I'm saying is acknowledging the narrative, and then if you missed the meta, find the beta, right? You missed the main one, find something that's similar that people are rallying behind, right? I like Bankcoin, right? I like what they're doing with the whole, like, you know what I mean, the banking narrative, right? They want the bank coin to flip the banks. I like stuff like that. So I bought up some supply. What is, if it goes to zero, I'm prepared. If it goes to zero, I want to make it clear, okay? So I know y'all hate doing research. It's like, you know what I mean? Research should be like when you wait, research in crypto should be like washing your ass. When you hop in the crypto space, you need to do your research. When you wake up in the morning, first thing you need to do is hop in that water. You get what I'm saying? But I guess y'all don't want to do that. Y'all want to just listen and be like, oh, Millie bought this, I'm going to buy it. Go and do your own research. Listen to some of the things that I'm saying. Take what you need to make your recipe, your pie good, add it to your recipe, but make sure it's your own fucking recipe. You don't have to depend on me. You don't have to depend on your favorite YouTuber or your other YouTubers or whatever. Do your own research. Take what you need from this content and then go out there and be proactive and do your own research. We got 51 people in here. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Yes, embrace the fear. It's just an observation on moon cycles. Every 2 weeks they switch around for short-term moves that are nothing against your observation. Second time, altcoin season means absolutely nothing if you're not on the receiving end of it. And that's what happens, right? A lot of people have fallen in love with this definition of altcoin season, blinding themselves from opportunities that consistently pop up in crypto. ETF, yeah, XRP. Soul has the ETF coming. We got a lot of stuff calling ZBCN finally holding my profits has been my strongest investment. I'm loving to see that. I know y'all guys are big on DeFi payments, and I'm loving to see people making money with the ZBCNs, the XCNs, the XRPs. Love it. Donald Pump going to get us right as long as we holding till it's golden. Well, at the end of the day, we don't know what he might say this week. Today is Monday, guys. Things could drastically change Tuesday, but when you look at some of these charts, we're going in the right direction. Specifically, when you look at the BTC chart, the DXY, and also the total three. When you look at those, I mean, Bitcoin itself is very bullish, right? You're starting a new week, and you got the weekly candle here above the 25-day EMA. So if this 21, I said 25, but if this 21-day EMA holds as support, most likely going back to 100K. Most likely going back to 100K, which in my opinion, everybody was expecting us to go sideways for like 6 months or 3 months or whatever, and then turn bullish in Q4. But if we turn bullish now, it's probably going to be a face ripping rally, and it's probably going to be more pain than people seeing buying at the top and waiting for this thing to correct at the 50-day moving edge, because now so many people are underexposed and they want to be exposed, and they probably sold the bottom thinking like it was over because that was the sentiment, right? But now the sentiment is changing, and a lot of people who sold the bottom, they are pissed the fuck off. So they're going to be bearish. They wanted this to come back down because they want to buy. They want to buy when it's the best time to buy, right? When it's the bottom, right? But a lot of people missed the bottom, not because they thought it was bearish, but also because they just ain't had no money to buy, right? And that's another argument. Where does this liquidity come from? How can we trust a pump like this when we're getting lack of volume here on Monday, right? We're coming in hot Monday with a nice green candle, but the volume is literally trash. The volume is literally trash. So, where do we go from here, right? Where do we go from here, right? Volume is up only 28%. We need the volume to be up 50%, right? Bitcoin dominance is sitting at 63%. We need that to trickle down a little bit, right? So where is this liquidity coming from? Is it coming from like from a global perspective, or you know, do we still have 2020 money? I don't know. Do people still feel the same way they felt in 2020, 2021, 2022, and 20, where you felt like you had good savings, you had extra money to buy risk on assets? Are we still there? I can't answer that question. I can't answer that question, right? So, like I said, I can just give you what the market is giving us. The market is telling us that we want to reclaim some of these importing moving averages. The macro is telling us that to still be caution, to still be cautioned, right? It is what it is. To still have caution. To still have caution, right? The macro is telling us to still have caution. But the stock market is now showing a little bit strength, right? Does the stock market get rejected at these moving averages? Could be. Could be. Could be. This week is very important, guys. This week is very important. This is the week where we need to turn some of those moving averages from a TA perspective into support. We have to. If this momentum is going to continue, we need these moving averages to be turned and flipped to support. How do we get there if everybody is screaming that we're illiquid? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. But we need it to happen. We truly need it to happen. What happened to treble swap, treb coin? You still interested? Treble? I never spoke on treble swap. I don't even know what treble is, bro. Are you still interested in it? Are you trolling, bro? What are we doing here? Are you watching the right fucking YouTuber, dog? You just asked me about a coin that I don't even never talked about in my life. Treble swap? I don't even know what treble swap is, bro. Where y'all be coming from? I don't. I just don't get it sometimes. What up, cryptomealysis? Like how you actually look at that, Millie. I'm so glad you actually tell people that it's super important to have volume to back up a move. Otherwise, it's most likely artificial. No volume, not going to hold these levels. Yeah, I agree there, man. People skip major components on why we either can be, can have a sustainable pump or dump, depending on your perspective of the market. But yeah, would love to see more volume coming in. This market is opening up based on the euphoria that this is a confirmation candle, but we definitely need volume. We need volume for it to be sustainable, 110%. Yeah, volume is so important. Why you laughing? Bro, I'll be trying to figure out where these people come from with this shit, man. Man, bro, ask me about a token I ain't never heard of, bro. It then said, am I still interested in it? I ain't never been interested in the token. I don't even know what you talking about, dog. My family and BM think they gonna get some of this bag in my Dr. Uma voice. Wise, wise. What's up, baby? It always feels like just boss moving up the price wheel scene. Well, market making, man. Don't sleep on market makers. Don't sleep on market makers. But at the end of the day, as I shared at the beginning of the screen, a lot of our bottom signal formations, our bottom formation signals are getting checked off, guys. Like literally, the total currency market cap held $2 trillion. Literally held $2 trillion. Right? Bitcoin literally held 60K. ETH literally held 1,500. Right? It wicked a couple times down to like 1488, but it literally held 1,500. Right? ETH BTC ratio literally held. Right? Sentiment and volume. We need volume. We're still waiting on that. But risk assets are starting to outperform defensive assets. VIX peaked and now is looking to go below 30. The SPX held, the XHB held. The Fed came out and said, hey, we do have liquidity prepared if we need to help the economy, but we don't need to do that. Inflation is going down. We got the tariff de-escalation news. We literally fucking checked off all of the bottom formation signals, and people still asking me, Millie, how's you flipping bullish? I literally told you what I'm looking at. Stochastic bullish crossover. I literally created the ultimate template for what I'm looking at and why and when I will start to flip. Y'all don't pay attention. Y'all don't pay attention, obviously. Right? Y'all wait for me to say one wrong thing and you focus on that and you don't focus on nothing else. But that's what happens when you become a crypto streamer and a YouTuber. It just is what it is. Now I gave y'all the playbook, the cheat sheet. A lot of people ignored it. Not my fault. Not my fault. Crypto Meolysis, appreciate the $2 beans. Beans, baby. Appreciate the 2 beans. ACS, I think I may have heard that. Good day. What's up, Crypto Princess? We got the princess in the house. We got the first lady of the channel on the house. Crypto Princess. Nah, me. What's up with it? Wise Buys, AOKG, Carlton. Yeah. No, I never heard that. But appreciate the $2 and the 2 beans. I need that where I got my coffee cup, sugar cup, coffee. Yeah. I need to warm this up. Hold on. I need to warm this up, chat. I need to warm this up, chat. I need to warm my coffee up. 1 second. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. I'm about to warm the coffee up real quick. I'm about to warm the coffee up. I don't know if y'all can see my big ass satellite right here. Y'all see it? I love looking into space. Y'all see that big ass satellite right there? I'll be thinking I'm a moon gazer. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go warm up my coffee from Starbucks real quick. Be right back. Don't laugh at my broken chair. I done broke my chair, right? I ain't in my drawers today, okay? So y'all ain't gotta worry about it. I ain't in my drawers today, like Mr. Wonderful. I'll be right back. I ain't in my drawers today. Chat. Y'all ain't gotta worry about it. I ain't in my drawers today. All right, and we back. You would have taken the stream. Second time, you always come in with some wild comments, bro. Yeah, I just had to warm it up a little bit. I only need like 30 seconds. Gary Fowler. Trying to kind of soft shell lightly. Nah, me. I love the beautiful ladies too, Gary Fowler. People only pay attention to negativity. Yeah, well, it is what it is, man. If people want to let negativity blind themselves from opportunity, hey, it is what it is. Your perspective is your reality. And now it's back to 95K. Yeah. Have you heard of the world's most expensive coffee comes from? Where does it come from? Let me know. Tune me in. I'm so ready to go travel, guys. I'm about to start traveling probably a little bit at the end of this month. Buying opportunity. Crypto, right? Well, again, like I said, this Monday is opening up with lack of value. But if it doesn't matter if we just have a terrible week, as long as we can put a confirmation candle above if we could just hold 92,000 this week, that's bullish. That's bullish for BTC, and it would eventually be bullish for altcoins. You the What am I drinking, bro? Go ahead and let me know what I'm drinking, bro. Am I first of all, does Starbucks use the most expensive coffee? Because this shit tastes like shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. McDonald's coffee tastes better than Starbucks coffee. I don't know what McDonald's putting in their coffee, but they coffee tastes better than Starbucks coffee tastes like shit, dog. I ain't even gonna care. You gotta love the red if you're gonna make some money, right? If you're gonna make some money, you got to love the red, man. You gotta love the red. All right, so we pretty much went over everything, and yeah, McDonald's coffee is the truth, right? I mean, we went over everything, right? I gave y'all the crypto mind share report of the top AI and RWA coins based off engagement. We'll go over it again. Fart coins, virtuals, AI XBT, K, Mira. The RWA coins was Ondo, Polytrade, Clearpool, Galileo Protocol, and Prop C. As far as the top 10 most mentioned cryptocurrencies just in general. As far as last week goes, you got Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, Sui, BitTensor, Dogecoin, Chainlink, Toncoin, Ondo, and coming up last but not least, Casper, right? So keep an eye on some of these trends. Keep an eye on some of these bottom formation signals, right? Because they're happening. And I'm telling you guys, when crypto starts pumping, you're not going to have time to react, right? Because at the end of the day, the fear and the greed index is already rising, right? It's already rising. So, like, let's say this is just the end of the move. Well, you missed the move, right? If you didn't buy when it was extremely fair, and we top out here at the top of the range, or maybe a fake out above the range, well, you missed the move, right? And this is why Warren Buffett always says, buy the fear, sell the greed, right? That way, it hurts, it's painful. It's scary as fuck. I get it. Like your wallet is like going down. It's 0 milli. What do I do? But then when you look up and the fear and greed index is now at 51 or it's at 70 or it's at 80, then more times than not, you're in profits if you took that risk to DCA. But I want to make it clear. I don't think people did not want a DCA. I'm going to be the YouTuber that says it. I don't think people didn't want to DCA. I think more people wanted to DCA than they did it. They just ain't had the extra money to do it, right? Tax day was on the 15th. Like it was a whole bunch of shit going on in real life. And I know people really wanted to start buying those dips, but they were wondering, like, I don't know if I got the extra money because what if this continues to go down? Now I'm spending money that I need that should be used as a responsibility. So responsible risk management was probably the main reason why a lot of people didn't buy the dip but wanted to buy the dip. So I'm not gonna be that YouTuber that call people like the R word and dumb and are you stupid? You didn't buy the dip, you idiot, generational bottom. Like I get it. I get it. Some people just didn't have the necessary funds, but they wanted to buy the dip. They had that mindset that they wanted to get it. They just ain't got. They just ain't have it, and it's okay. It happens like that. You can't catch them all, right? But what should that teach you? Hustle over hopium. If my hustle is intact, if my finance is intact, I don't got to worry about if I miss a DCA opportunity because I'm always going to be in a position to take advantage of a DCA opportunity. So hustle over hopium, right? Hustle over hopium, guys. Hustle over hopium. I can't stress it enough. Yeah, we're seeing some of that correction come in hot. And I'm not surprised with the lack of volume that I've seen just looking at the coin market cap and looking at the BTC chart. I'm not surprised, right? That we opened up all bullish and down now thing. Like the reality is starting to set in. And the reality is where is this look? Where is the liquidity for retail coming from? Where? Because retail is still feeling a form of pain. Like retail is still going through it. Like they haven't recovered yet from this 3 month slide that we had, right? In the midst of everything that's happening in real life, IRL. So tough cookie, man. Tough cookie. But I'm leaning more optimistic than pessimistic because of the confirmation that I'm seeing across the board, right? DXY under 100, multiple weekly time frames oversold, confirmation on key moving averages. Things are happening. All right. So I'm ignoring this little chop that we're seeing, right? Regardless if this day is red or green, I think the fact that we are seeing that candle above that trend line is bullish, regardless on if today ends up red or green. That's bullish. That right there is bullish. Oh, that's true. A lot of people just didn't have the liquidity. Yeah, man. That's what it is. The most expensive coffee comes from the Kopi Luwak. After the beans are digested, almost ruins. I don't even know what Kopi Lu, and I don't even want to go look it up. Right? Dunkin' Donuts over Starbucks. Dunkin' Donuts coffee is actually pretty good. Dunkin' Donuts coffee is pretty good. Appreciate that, Crypto Princess. People with 6 likes, please. Damn, bro. Only 6. I know we only got 6 likes. Ain't no fucking way, y'all. Hit the like button. Bro, hit the like button. What is y'all on, bro? This is why I be shadow banned and shit. Y'all gotta hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was, chat. That's pretty much what it was. 5 Starbucks in Macy's in Manhattan alone. Damn, they put 5 in just in. God damn, I ain't never heard of nothing of them. But I ain't been in New York in a while. I need to go. I miss traveling. V1 holder, you just made me miss traveling. You made me miss traveling. Come on, man. We need to pump something, bro. Can we pump this bank coin? Can we pump this up out of here? I need this shit to go to 10 million, bro. I need bank coin to go to 10 million, bro. I need it to go to 10 million. Come on. Full transparency, I do hold this coin, so I do need it to go up. Just like everybody else that holds crypto and wishes it goes up, right? Come on, Bankcoin. I need you to fly up out of here, man. We literally bought the floor. We bought up a lot of supply at the floor. We need this thing to fly up out of here to about 10 million, man. We need $10 million market cap. Come on, Bankcoin. Come on, baby. 10 million. 10 million. That was my soft shield for the day. 2 grand, 2 in Central. Man, I miss the East Coast, man. You get some instant coffee and stop getting finesse. Some instant coffee? Yeah, I got coffee, bro. I got coffee. I got coffee. It's on the way. I usually if you must be new to the stream, big ski. Big ski, you new to the stream. I normally have mushroom coffee from Rise. RIZ, and I'm not going to promote them because I don't have my influencer link. If I had my influencer link, I would promote it. But it's a really, really good mushroom coffee, and has everything that you need in it. All that little shit that they talk about, that Dr. Sebi shit that they be talking about, lion's mane and this, all that something tail, ticker tail, whatever is all that's in there, right? All of that's in Rise mushroom coffee. And all I gotta do is add cream to it because I don't even add sugar to it, right? So normally that's what I'm drinking, right? But I ran out of supply. So I've been having to wake up in the morning and go actually get coffee, and I've been having to choose. Today I said, man, I'm gonna try Starbucks, right? I want to see what the big hype is about Starbucks coffee. And then I went to go get it, and I'm like, man, McDonald's coffee tastes better than Starbucks coffee. And so does Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts, whatever y'all said. My base plays blowing up. Rocky, Talcat, Ploy, Trade, Poly, Trade. Yeah, Poly Trade is nice. We talked about that earlier. Yeah, base is gonna fly. Actually, we talked about that earlier. I don't know if you just came in the stream, but Polytrade has been one of the is the number 2 RWA coin right now based on mindshare, guys. This is important. This is extensive research that I personally did. I created this. That you can't go fucking find this on Twitter and be like, oh, we're merely just copied and pasted this. No, this is my own fucking research. I created everything about this visual. I personally created. Okay, so this is not copy and paste. Then when you come to my channel and you come to my Twitter and X page, you don't get copy paste charts. You get charts that I personally researched, created, and did everything from ground up to where it is today. All right, Polytrade, number 2 RWA coin right now based on mindshare. I like what they're doing too. I was doing some research on Polytrade, and I'm like, wow, this is interesting. So thank you guys for pulling up to the channel. Make sure that you like and subscribe if you want to get good content, but original content, right? A lot of influencers don't do original content. They do a lot of echo chamber. I'm gonna say the same shit somebody else said type shit. I don't do that. I like a few YouTubers, but I mostly do my own research. My wife and I drink that rise. Just make sure you unsubscribe because you'll get charged automatically. We drink it like 5 days of the week, but the days I come to the office, I get Starbucks. Yeah, I do. I drink rise like 5 days of the week too, Monday through Friday. And I went through that, right? I hit up the rise on email. I'm like, damn, bro, why y'all keep charging me? I ain't even done with the damn. I ain't even done with the supply plug. Y'all just keep sending me supply, and it was like, oh, you automatically get subscribed to the auto refill or whatever it is. So I did take that off, cryptomyalysis, and then I hit them up and I let them know like, hey, I'm an influencer, wooty woo woo wooty woo woo, and they was like, cool, we'll send you an influencer link, but you got to fill out this paperwork, bro. And I ain't never seen paperwork like that for an influencer link, so I decided it just wasn't for me. They was asking too much personal fucking information. I'm like, bro, y'all want all this personal information? Like, nah, I'm good. Like, I don't want to give up all that information just to shill y'all influencer link. So I was trying. I almost closed the partnership deal with Rise, but it just wasn't for me, man. They was like asking too much information. Hitting the like button is going to cost you something. It's free. It's free. Hit the damn like button. Like and subscribe. Yeah, guys. So yeah, like I said, appreciate that Gary Fowler, man. Love it. Love that you guys are showing love, man. I really, really need that in the midst of me being shadow banned on X and YouTube. But 44 people that are in here, appreciate you guys. My name is Crypto Millie, and every day I talk about crypto. But yeah. Let's not get too hyped up about this Monday just yet. We get hyped up about next Monday. We get hyped out on how we close Sunday. Oh, this is the token right here, KAIA. So I guess they rebrand from Caitlin. I think this was Caitlin token, and they did a rebrand. So you see all of these layer ones, they all rebranded to AI. What does that tell you guys? Like when you see these tokens that were one name and then they rebrand to AI, what does that tell you? KAI. I think that was one of the tokens on the list, right? Oh, here we go. Ranked in top 5 for Mindshare, part of the AI agent ecosystem, potentially focused on decentralized AI solutions or analytics, rising visibility in AI focused expos driven by community speculation. So KAIA. I think this is a new project, but it's a rebrand from Caitlin. Don't quote me, but I think that's what it is. We got $2 from Wiseman. Appreciate the 2 beans, dog. Appreciate the 2 beans. I'm gonna shake my little donation cut. Appreciate the 2 beans. Appreciate the 2 beans. Thank you. Appreciate the 2 beans, dog. Matt Bean, what you laughing? Matt, Matt Bean, you been having a little bit of too much of them damn coffee beans, huh? You got you over here laughing. What you laughing at? They rebranded to keep up with the trends. Yeah, that's what they do, man. But it's just like it is what it is. If you're gonna rebrand to keep up with the trends, don't make it so obvious. Like you just went from Caitlyn to KAI. Like you just straight like fuck it, AI. I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. We went over literally everything. I don't want to keep saying the same thing. The market itself looked like it's starting to cool off a little bit, right? A little bit of false hope there, but again, we're in the green for the week, and all we need to do is put in a confirmation candle on the weekly for the Bitcoin in a total three, right? Bitcoin in total three. If those put in confirmation candles coupled with the right confirmation candle, you can see here, right? A little bit scared of these two wick candles. Scare me, right? But this week just started, right? So we really, really, really need this week to go up, right? We need Bitcoin to go retest 100K. We need, by the end of the week, we need to be sitting at 100K comfortably above this moving averages, right? Now, you're probably going to start to see micro caps here start to trend up as well, right? You can kind of see here. Why is this big ass thing, big ass bubble, like off my screen, bro? All right, so you can kind of see here, we didn't get a buy signal yet, but you know, it's tough here, man. I think the like micro caps, I would be a little bit more concerned, right? Because you got two things going here. First and foremost, what scares me about the micro caps is that Even though you're looking at a higher high here, you're still staring at this lower low here from here, right? Which kind of confirms that downtrend, right? You really need the altcoin others chart to start getting back above some of these key moving averages, man. You really need that to happen, because if it doesn't happen, this could be a fake out and you'll start to see altcoins go lower. I also don't like that we're getting this extension here of the stock RSI, but not a lot of movement here on the micro caps, right? So this is again why we need Ethereum and Solana to perform, because a lot of those micro caps sit on ETH and SOL, right? So the volume is coming in, but I expected the move to be a little bit stronger, seeing how far along we are on the stock RSI here. Also, the 21-day EMA is curling down, but the 50-day moving EMA is starting to curl up, right? So I don't know if you can say this with looming bear cross or looming bull cross, whatever you want to call it, depending on how you look at your TA. At the end of the day, we are out of the trend, right? And we're working on our confirmation candle on the others. It's just that, you know, these two wick candles and the fact that we're staring at these moving averages, we could easily get rejected, guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, we could easily get rejected here, right? So, just like we need to get above these moving averages here. We really need to get above these moving averages here for altcoins and specifically micro caps to start going crazy, right? Taking a look at the total three here, a little bit more further along and a little bit more strength here from the total three, coupled with a buy signal, right? But you still got these two wick candles. But again, the week is just starting off, right? The week started off strong, but now it's starting to cool off a little bit. But that's okay, because we don't get this weekly candle until Sunday, the end of it. So we don't know how this weekly candle will look on Sunday. This is why this week is an important week for cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and altcoins alike. This week is important, guys. This week will tell us if we are headed up or if we're going to get rejected at these moving averages. So be on the lookout. Be on the lookout, man. Be on the lookout. I will still hold caution here, but we are starting to see some life. And that's all we needed. We needed to see life. We're starting to see sentiment change. We're starting to see engagement rise. All we need now is the liquidity. All we need now is the liquidity. If we can get some liquidity, some new liquidity flowing in. These things are so oversold that when they move, even the ones in the top 100, they're going to move fast. I mean, look at Tau. Tau's already up almost 100% on the month. So everybody was being bear. Oh, ETH, boy, ETH thing going up, ETH thing going up. We ain't got an altcoin season. And literally, you could have bought BitTensor at 174, bought you some subnets, and probably 10x your money. Just based off at least 5x. Let me just keep it 5x your money, right? When you think about the subnets going up and the fact that BitTensor's price itself literally just did a 2x. This thing was like 174. It's literally on its way to 2x, right? Literally would have just doubled your money if you would have bought 10 bit tensor at 174. You get what I'm saying? So don't be so bearish that you start missing out on opportunities. Virtual has been oversold for a long time. But look, it's quietly up 100% on the month. All the stuff virtual just went through. It just went from 42 cents to $1.20. And quick. And I would imagine some things within the virtuals protocol is also popping off, and that's why you see the price going up. Right? So, Sui up 50, 60% on the month. Up 200% on the year. Sui up 200% on the year already. It's crazy. So, I mean, guys, XCN up 120% on the month. It went to 207. It's back at 2 cents. And this is one of y'all beloved favorite projects here. Meme coin still haven't really ran yet, but there have been some opportunity inside the market. Fart coin here up 174% on the month. 36 cents to $1.18. Jasmy, the most hated cryptocurrency in the top 100, literally went to 208 for you guys. Literally is now staring pennies, up 51% on the month. So it is what it is. Opportunity happens every day in crypto. Don't get too bearish to where you miss out on some of this stuff because you just really, really bearish. Don't get too bearish. Like, it's cool to be like, Millie, shit looking bad right now. You know what I'm saying? We could go lower. But once we start to put those bottom formation signals in, at some point, you got to flip that Warren Buffett mindset and turn into an opportunist. At some point, guys, you got to turn into an opportunist. It's going to hurt. It's going to be painful. It's going to be risky. But, hey, scared money don't make no money. What can I say? Scared money don't make no money. I'm going to leave it at that. We have 38 people in here, guys. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the subscribes. Appreciate everything. Appreciate the $2. Appreciate the 232 Carlton. Get you an XRP token with this. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. Stay away from Indonesia. What the hell? What's happening over there, right? Is it like Thailand or something, man? Bangkok or something? I'm saying, Dojalon. I don't know. I haven't checked Dojalon. Let me check it for you. Doge Elon, Elon, boy, Doge Elon. Yeah, man, still, I mean, it held that floor pretty good. It's back above the floor. That's what you want to see. You know what I mean? You want to see it hold the floor and not come down and put a new low. Look like you got away from that distribution now, major distribution. But you got Stark RSI cross, not yet printing a confirmation candle. Got to get back above these moving averages. If anything, you got to get back above these moving averages. But this is a good sign that this white line of hope has been the floor. And every time you got down here, you got an opportunity to buy Elon at a good price. In fact, down here, I mean, Elon almost picked up it literally went to 106,610. It literally almost picked up another zero. He had an opportunity to get Elon at almost new lows down here. So, yeah, man, chart, the floor looks strong, but I know at some point people want to start to see this thing going up, right? So to be very simple, when Dogecoin and Shiba starts going up, usually Dogelon goes up as well. So, or Elon can come and do something very bullish, and then everybody loves Elon again, and Dogelon goes up. So, you know, it's not easy for this it's not hard for this project to go up, but it's hard for it to start its momentum. It's always seemed like it's hard for it to start its momentum, but once it gets its momentum, it usually puts some pretty good, nice moves in. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate the $2 spill, bro. Right? If I could turn that $2 into some money on Solana, right? Casino, I could turn it into 200, right? 100 exit. Cryptoanalysis. What you think about Spectrum? I think I've been seeing that a lot on X as well. Spectrum. Seen a lot of people talk about that. Why can't we buy Tau subnets on CEXs? Like centralized exchanges? I don't think any have been listed on centralized exchanges yet. But I wouldn't be surprised if Shoots, the stuff that's going on with Rayon Labs, guys, I wouldn't be surprised if Shoots gets listed on exchanges. But I mean, come on, man. Like, why are you waiting for things to get listed on exchanges to buy? Like, bro, what you want to know? One of the biggest things that I learned this cycle is to buy something before it gets listed on exchanges and to sell when it gets listed. So you're a person that's going to wait for things to get listed on exchanges. I'm a person that's already selling once it gets listed on exchanges, right? You know what I mean? So just imagine, for example, all the people that bought Chill Guy, right? They bought Chill Guy. And then Chill Guy got listed on exchanges. So if you bought Chill Guy before it got listed on exchanges, you probably made a whole lot of money, right? You probably made a whole lot of money. Let me see if I can actually pull up the chart here. Chill Guy. If you sold as soon as Binance listed it. Now, the thing about Tau subnets is you actually can buy with ETH if you go to Taobot. So if you go to Taobot and check out their website, they actually have a DEX platform where you can literally swap Ethereum for any Tau subnet. So if that's something that you're interested in, maybe you should check that out, man. Maybe you should check that out. Chill guy. It was on Soul, right? It was on Soul. Now, this is an example of what I'm saying here, all right? So, I got to sneeze. All right, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So, Chill got launched, and then like about 4 or 5 days in, it got listed by an exchange, right? And this was the price. This is when the exchanges bought it all up, and then it got listed on exchanges. So anybody that bought Chill Guy before it got listed on exchanges made a lot of money, and they probably were selling once it got listed on exchanges, right? So you got the exchange pump, they bought the token. They say, hey, we're listing it now. It dumps off. And then it pumps one last time because all the people start buying again because it got just delisted. And then it absolutely nukes once the hype goes down, right? So the key is, especially with something like a Tau subnet, is to get in it now before it gets listed. You don't want to wait till it gets listed on a centralized exchange. Like, guys, stop doing that. Like, guys, go do some research. Find you a good token that has the possibility to get listed on exchange, and then sell when it gets listed on exchange. Slowly DCA out, right? Now, if you want to wait for exchange listings, cool. But in my opinion, it limits your potential, which means you got to put up a little bit more of an initial investment to really see potential gains with that token. Another example would be something like Pippin. See if I can actually find it. All right, so this is Pippin token, and I'll show you guys the same thing. I think this was went sideways for a while before it got listed. So again, guys, this is a perfect example of why you don't buy when it gets listed. So, and I missed out on this because I knew of this token and I was like shilling it in my private groups, but I didn't even get a chance to I bought this token like right around here, and then I got out of it, right? Because I'm like, it's dead. And then I don't know what happened. I think like they were saying like, oh, this is about to get listed on Binance, but then people were saying that it was a fake listing, and then out of nowhere, Binance fucking listed the token. So I thought I thought the hype behind it was fake because it was like, oh, some Binance intern is loading up on Pippin token. It's about to get listed on Binance. I'm like, we'll do. I think Chill Guy and a couple other tokens just got listed on Binance. And I had just got burnt from Casey because they were saying the same thing about Casey. Oh, Casey's about to get listed on Binance. The intern is buying it. It never got fucking listed, right? Well, this did. And just imagine if you bought when it was on Dex, right? On chain. So you got an opportunity to literally buy this token while it was on chain. This is the Binance listing here, right? Binance list the token, and you see what happens here. All of this, right? The problem is once they list the token and it pumps, everybody starts buying the token on centralized exchanges. Early investors dump, market makers dump, exchanges dump. They all made money. You bought in because you wanted to wait till it got listed on the centralized exchange. Well, if you're going to wait till it gets listed on a centralized exchange, well, then wait for the 6-month accumulation, right? So say, okay, it just got listed, Millie, what should I do? Well, if you bought in, you probably should take profits and wait for the 70-80% correction, and then wait for like the 6-month accumulation, because 70-80% correction is one thing. Now we gotta also worry about the accumulation as well. Right? So the dump is one thing, but the sideways time capitulation and everything that happens when we're going through accumulation, most people don't make it through that. So I try to focus on finding tokens before they get listed on exchanges, especially something like a Tau subnet. I want to be part of a Tau subnet before they get listed on exchanges. I'm not waiting until they get listed on exchanges. That's my personal view. I'm not trying to sway you to do anything or become a degen. I'm just explaining to you based off personal experience in crypto how this stuff works with the market makers and exchanges, guys. They're not your friends. They are not your friends. They are not your friends. Mitra, bless you. We appreciate your insight on the market. Thank you, man. We need a God candle, man. Yeah, we need a God candle. Yeah, I'm familiar with Spectra AI. It's been shielded by the Wealth Group. I know them guys like Alex Becker and everybody probably hold it. I know a few guys in the Wealth Group that talk about this token, and I wouldn't be surprised if it pumped. Hey, when I said we're not going to, I was too bullish. Why can't we buy tile subnets? Spectre AI. Um, Basically too late when they hit a big exchange. You exit liquidity at that point. That's true. Very unfortunate. With a small subnet with shoots like potential. Where all those subnets are small, guys. All the subnets are small. They're not even $100 million market cap. And for some of the things that's being built on these subnets, like you, I would consider a lot of these small, right? And the big ones are starting to put in small corrections, like on the weekly, like shoots, like gradients. Some of these things are putting in corrections on the weekly time frame. So I mean, data universe has corrected a little bit. So I mean, 15, $10 million market cap there is not really big, right? So one that I would pay attention to, right, that I think is a really, really a sleeper, right? I'm seeing a narrative where you're starting to see these dual tokens do well. Kato, which also has a token, a regular native token. They also have a subnet, and their subnet is up 183% on the month. It literally went from $1 million market cap to 8 million, did like an 8x. I soft shielded in the J5 Council around $3-4 million market cap. It has since 2x since then. So if I wanted to run back that same strategy, I would pay attention to something like Neural right now. Neural has a successful token in the market. It's up 30% on the 24-hour. It's up 35% on the weekly. They have a one. They've had a token hit $100 million on ETH, and their subnet token is sitting at a mere $1 million market cap. So I kind of would lean to something like that because I know that the team has had success. They just dropped a new utility and use case for the neural ecosystem where they're doing like rendering for like metaverses and games. It actually looks good. See if I can actually find it. Of course, not financial advice. And my thing is, guys, it's only 100 subnets. It take you literally 72 hours to go over these subnets. Like, let's be serious. You don't need to listen to an influencer. You just need to go do your own research. But this is some of the things that they're working on. They now are doing something similar like rendering. It says today we celebrate 1 year neural, 12 months of grinding, building, delivering text to 3D, image to 3D, text to image, in painting, material generator, world engine agent, subnet, staking, weekly AMAs, daily team content. Like literally, this is a team you want to be a part of. So I don't know if you guys ever used Runway AI, but this is like if Runway AI had a token. They literally do everything Mid Journey and Chat GPT as far as content creation goes. So yeah, and they have a subnet. A lot of people don't know this, but they also have a subnet, and their subnet is sitting here at a mere $1 million market cap. Now, normally I would be cautious about subnets that have native tokens, and I've stated this before because I'm like, if the token is, where does that lead to the focus of the token if people subnet? You get what I'm saying? But now we're starting to see tokens come and buy up subnets that's kind of like dead, right? So what have I seen lately? Well, OpenKato has a subnet and a native token, and there, people are starting to lean towards proven teams with these subnets, right? Because let's be real, AI and techie shit happens on Tau, and people want to make sure they're investing into a team that's going to execute. So, OpenKato is one that's severely undervalued, $8 million market cap compared to some of these that are sitting at like 30 million. I can see this being undervalued. OpenKato. Sturdy also has a ETH token as well. So maybe put that on your watch list. And then something like Neural, which I think is the most undervalued one, sitting here at a $1 million market cap. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this at 8 to 10 million within the next few weeks, right? Because this is a successful crypto company, and they've shown that they can execute, and they've been delivering. So outside of that, I would say go do your research on some of these other ones, because like once you start getting into anything under 1 million or anything outside of the top 20, it's really it gets kind of tough, right? Because any one of those could pop off, or any one of those could be a LARP. So just keep that in mind. So right now, because things are so green within the Tau, DTAU, and the Tau subnets, I would just try to find things within the top 20, things that I know the team is executing. Because the thing about it is with Tau subnets is the subnet prices go up based on execution and delivery of the utility and use case. If your shit has demand, your price goes up. If there's no demand to your project, then Tau won't incentivize your subnet. So your subnet will eventually die. So it's not like finding meme coins, guys. It's not like, oh, let's find a low cap meme coin and try to rally a community. No, it's less. If I'm gonna find a low cap subnet, they need to be doing something. They need to be executing. They need to be building. They need to be delivering, right? There is no other way for your subnet to do good. This ain't a meme coin. So that's kind of like my rant on the subnet. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. To be in top performing crypto for 8 months. What do you think of Jasmy's roadmap for the year? It's not something that I'm looking too much into. They've been saying that same stuff for like a whole year. All that stuff I already knew about, right? They've been saying that for like a whole year. I pulled it up for you guys. This is the 2020. They already been saying all of this, so it's good that it's on paper now. So local, they're working with a local government sports team collaboration. That's huge, man. That the Jasmy app is also partnering with a sports team and the local government in Japan, the Bitcoin in Japan. So I like it. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I think that this is huge. I think this is going to make people sleep good at night. And this is also going to potentially remove us out of the Binance monitoring zone. So once Jasmy starts checking off some of this shit off the list, we can finally get removed from the Binance monitoring zone, which would be good for Jasmy, right? It would be really good for Jasmy, and specifically Jasmy holders, right? Because I want to see y'all win. I want to see y'all win. OM crashed after being a top performer in crypto for 18 months. What's good, Millie? I was reading something about people's personalities, and there's like people that only focus on like I'm an optimistic person naturally, but Hall of Fame, you're naturally a pessimistic person. Like literally everything that you always bring up on the channel, it's like it got like a negative connotation to it. Do you focus on anything positive in crypto? I can't imagine following crypto and being like pessimistic on any and everything that happened in crypto. Like I've known you because you're an OG on the channel, but like, does anything in crypto excite you? Do you ever get like optimistic or positive about crypto, or literally everything that you think about crypto or post about crypto is negative? Oh, I wanted to ask you that because like you rarely focus on anything positive about crypto, yet you show up to crypto each and every day. How does that fucking work out? How does that work out, man? Come on, man. Can we get a win, bro? Can I get 100x, man? Can some of these tokens just leave out of here? Make me freaking rich, man. Make me freaking rich. Puppy token. They just named the token Puppy, and it's already at a $700,000 market cap. Insane. Buckeye, you bullish? You bullish, you bullish, you very unfortunate about Mantra. Yeah, that shit happened, man, but it is what it is. We moving on. That happened what, last week? Let's move on. Bitcoin ain't stopped. Altcoins ain't stopped. Ain't nothing that Mantra ain't stopped nothing. Let me do nothing on my door, ain't doing me. I was too bullish. I don't have amnesia. I don't know what you're talking about. My portfolio is like cake layered with RWA protocols and AI with the sprinkle of memes. Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't even remember that because everything that you say usually is bearish. So it's hard for me to focus on anything that you might have said that, but I don't remember it because literally everything that you come in here and say is normally 90% bearish. It's 90% bearish. ZBCN is hot. Hold on, let me check it out. 90% bearish, bro. ZBCN. Oh yeah, it's looking good. Looking good, man. Look like it finally is jumping off that floor. You got some motion here with the stock RSI. We're coming up to resistance though at the 786, man. But if it can break the 786, next stop would be the 618 at about 2015. But you get back above the two, you get back above the 618, man. Now you're staring at potentially getting over to price discovery here, right? So, you got to, break those all-time highs. But man, you can get back above that 618. You can start flipping and turning this resistance here at all-time highs into support, right? So, really would like to see that for ZBCN, man. I'm kind of bummed because I didn't get a chance to get my position in yet, but look like it's starting to make a move, and you got a confirmation candle coming in here above these moving averages. Just hope that the momentum can bring in some volume. Lack of volume on Monday, man. We got a green candle coming in, but the volume on some of these tokens is literally ass, bro. Literally ass volume coming in. RSI, yeah, everybody's been hitting me up on RSI. I think my boy hit me up on RSI the other day. My Uber driver, he was like, "Bro, RSR on Coinbase on one of them." They go, "Yeah." I get RSR and DAG mixed up, but everybody was like RSR on Coinbase, RSR on Coinbase. So I think that was, uh, what it is. I managed a trailer so low, touching that catwalk. I gotta crank this 50,000 pound trailer 100 times to get it to boost. That's your only negative meditation. No spoon. What's the word, man? All right, I'm gonna get up out of here, guys. This has been Will. Appreciate everybody. We talked about everything today. For the most part, everybody's sentiment seems to be positive. Looks like even the Bears is coming in bullish, right? You got Hall of Fame coming in with some bullish momentum and content. So good to see him. Um, yeah, I just seen it. I see what you was talking about. Hall of Fame. I just was looking at it. So yeah, you were a little bit. You were saying that the bottom could be in. You were saying that. So salute to you. Did you buy the dip? Wise minds. Peace out. Yeah, guys. I'm about to get up out of here. Uh, go hit the goddamn gym. Chill out. Do some more research before I go. But the only caution we have is getting above these moving averages and lack of volume. Right. We need to turn these moving averages into support. And we need some volume to come into the market. We really, really are dry right now as far as volume, guys. So it's going to be hard for these moves to be sustainable without volume. So we need more volume. We need more liquidity to come into the space. For the most part, we are headed in the right direction. And this week, if we continue to get those confirmation candles across the board, specifically BTC, ETH, Solana, the total three, and even the others, some really really good moves can happen specifically with those lower cap coins, man. They're gonna go crazy, right? So don't miss out on opportunity, but stay cautious. We're not about to fight the Fed. We're not out of QT yet. We need to clean this up. We could be getting a cut in June, but don't wait for the cut. You got to make a decision now. Are you front running, selling in May and go away, or are you just selling in May and coming back Q4? Make your decision now based on your situation. But that's it. Appreciate everybody that showed up. He said I bought a little bit more XLM in the dip, thinking it will follow XRP. Yeah, it usually does. It's like the little brother of the XRP, right? Usually all those tokens kind of like trade together. From what I've seen, XRP, XLM, XCN, and ZBCN, anything under that whole payment DeFi spectrum, they usually pump together, similar to how you see Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Doge Mars. You usually got those tokens that kind of like pump together, right? So just keep that in mind. All right, guys. I'm going to holla at y'all. Appreciate everybody. Thank you for the spiffs, man. The $2 spiffs. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the likes, the subscribes, the comments. Thank you for the interaction and engagement for the live streams. Remember, Monday sets the tone for the rest of the week. The race is not given to the swift or the strong, but the one that can endure. It's your boy, Crypto Millie. I'll see you in the next